The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Sky is sunny blue, earth is golden hue. I hear children playing, screams of laughter, people's chatter too. Oh, I am my soul blue. The tears keep falling, my heart is breaking. Why, oh, why am I so blue? You don't want my love, don't want my love, don't want my love. Discreet loving is not for me. Discreet lover, please look at me.
Good morning and welcome to On the Clock with Erin Greene. You ever hear a song and you got moved? You ever heard a song and say, my Lord, who sung that? Who sung that song? That song is being sung by Sammy Starr. Sammy Starr, the big star in the Bahamas, and this is trailblazing. That is called jazz, right? I didn't know we had Bahamians singing at this level. Bahamians who are being heralded internationally for their works. See, I used to Bahamian music, you know. I understand Bahamian music. I understand rake and scrape. I understand the soca. But now we have artists, creatives, whose song is being heralded around the world. And I'm saying, wow. Now, hold on. Let's play it again one more time. Because guess what? I don't have Sammy Starr who sang the song in studio. But I have the writer of this song, right? Who's getting international acclaim, right? And mind you, she has several songs, but this is the first one getting debuted and which is being aired around the world and people calling. Mostly because Sammy Starr is singing it, and whatever he touches turns to platinum automatically. But I want to hear a Miss Paternity on how she conjured up this music, how this music now is being called for, demanded around the world. But let's play it again one more time. Go ahead, producer.
Hide my love, to hide my love. Discreet lover, look at me. 'Cause I can't hide the love I feel. That's why I'm so blue. You said not to let my feelings show.
So good morning again. Once again, Miss Patricia Roll Knowles. Howard, put the mic directly in front of you. How do you feel hearing your song on live radio to know that people around the world is demanding it, to hear it, that it's a song that people say, is that from the Bahamas? You say, yeah, that's a Bahamian singing it. It's written by a Bahamian. And they say, no, we got to have it played. How do you feel knowing it's your song? You wrote that.
I feel good. I feel excited. I can't wait for what's to come.
I'm excited for you, right? Like I said, I'm used to Sammy Starr producing great work, right? He's won a number of awards, right? But hearing this jazz version, I'm transported to the 1920s, you know, the roaring 30s, right? And thinking of those white suits, jack suits and people dancing and saying, man, this is the good old days, man. Played in a jazz club here in the high-end hotels, Atlantis, Bahama, right? what's the other one on Bay Street? The name just escapes me, right? Just Margaritaville, that's what I was trying to say, right? Just to hear this particular song. So I'm impressed. But you're no stranger to music.
No.
You've been technically involved in music all your life.
I've grown up around music.
In fact, your father is one of the premier musicians. When I talk about singers
Yes.
in the hotels where when you call his name, it conjures up memories where people's hair limbs say, "That's your daddy." Your daddy is Pat Roll.
Pat Roll.
The Pat Roll.
The Pat Roll.
I grew up with the Pat Roll, hearing his music. In fact, at once upon a time, I went to his store, his shop, right? And he had this records, all kind of records, right? Of the big stars in the United States, right? And I didn't know his name. I used to call him Mr. Pat. And I saw, because he'd be singing, he had a cigar in his mouth and he's singing, right? Had a smooth, silky voice. And I said, wow, this man could sing. And I saw an album with Pat Boone. And I said, I'm meeting Pat Boone. This is the Pat Boone. I didn't know it's actually Pat Roll and that he does covers in the hotels, right? Famous in the hotel. And, but you grew up around music.
I did.
How was it, first, because I'm going to tell you the whole life story on today, right? How was it growing up having a big-time musician as your daddy? And how has that influenced you to say, I can write too? I could do music too?
Well, growing up, I didn't think that he was someone famous. He was just, my grandmother worked for some people growing up, the Christies, and for some reason she got a lot of their records because it was the big records in those days, and she would come home and play them. So I grew up with those songs too, from the 40s to 30s, and I liked that sound. I grew up liking that sound. So,
but where did you get your first experience singing? Because you don't necessarily sing now. You write like crazy. You have songs all over the place where people are begging you now to sing, to cover, right?
Yeah.
But where did you start your love for singing? You say, well, I'm going to sing.
Well, we all started in church.
You all started in church?
Grew up in church.
What church you went to when you were young?
The first church was Messiah Baptist.
Okay, so you have a Baptist background.
I'm a Baptist.
Okay.
And I would sing in the choirs of all the churches I attended. But I realized from listening to the other people sing, I didn't come up to par. And so when I got old enough, I told my grandmother, I don't think I should sing in the choir, Mama, because, I can't sing good. And so she allowed me to stop, which was good, because I said, if I'm in a choir, to teach those to sing who can't sing well. Mm-hmm. And that's not happening, so I'm wasting time. And she allowed me to stop, which was good.
Which is good. But you continued to. Because I was in my church choir, too, at Transfiguration Baptist Church. I stopped. I can't even squeak out a tune at all. So I stopped. But you continued to be a creative by writing songs. I mean, your whole life is creative. We go in detail of what all did you do. But how did this particular song come about? What all songs have you written? What type of songs, what type of genre that you concentrate on?
I tend to write happy songs. Songs also that would be considered bohemian.
So you do calypso, gumbe?
No, the beat wouldn't be, no, because my upbringing with listening to music hasn't really focused on bohemian sounds.
Because you had a jazz type of
sound.
Continental type of music.
And so when I think music to write, it's always something else. Mm-hmm. So the words are bohemian and a bohemian content, but the music in my head isn't.
The sound.
The sound isn't.
Yes, I understand. So what influenced you to write your music? Because you mentioned the word, it's a bohemian feeling, a bohemian ethos, bohemian subject.
I've been writing from before 10, little short stories, and it sort of graduated from short stories into lyrics. and I say lyrics because sometimes I don't have a beat. It's just the inspiration to write whatever the words are. And sometimes, like with Discreet Love, the tune comes with it. So years ago, in the late 80s, the song came to me with the music. And because I was afraid I would lose the tune, I sang it to my 2 children at the time, hoping that if I forgot, they would remember.
Oh, did that work?
They did.
Okay.
Yeah. So that means this was a real one. You know, the beat caught their attention and they remembered as well. But when it came to I decided to actually do something. The tune I remembered, so I didn't have to go to them. And I got Sammy Star because...
I'll stop you right there, because I want to hear the story properly and elongate it. I want to know how it moved from having a tune, having the words, to getting a mega behemoth star, Sammy Star, to agree to sing the song. I want to hear that journey. Who did you go to? What was the process? So tell me that story.
Okay. So it was decades later, because the song that I wrote, I did it in the late 80s. And I just got Mr. Star to write this, recorded 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was at work, ironing on a Sunday night, and it was just me in the place. And I felt I was watching Asian movies, because I'm into Asian movies now. And I felt this electrical prod in my back. And I spun around. I knew it was only me there, but I felt this odd thing. And I spun around, and there was no one there. But I felt the tingle, you know? And so I'm spinning around, and I said, don't freak out now. Yeah, it's just you. And then the thought came to me, because I walked away from the ironing board, that all my dreams that I had in the past, that I must bring them to now and push them forward. And that definitely wasn't my thought, because like I said, I was ironing and watching Asian movies. So I thought, this isn't me, so this must be the Holy Spirit. Touch me, get my attention, and then this thought, and I was so excited. I was excited with that thought for a good 2 years, and that was what caused me to say, you got to start. You can't just wait for God to do whatever. You got to start, because that's how He wants you to do. You move, He moves. So I reached out to Fred Ferguson online and asked if he could help me. And he said he wasn't on island, and he gave me Sammy Star's name, and so I went to Sammy Star.
Wow! I know Fred Ferguson too.
Yes.
He's a distant cousin to Ackland's, right? So I know he works between the Bahamas and the United States. So you just took a little whim. You felt a prodding, something moved upon
Yes.
you. Something moved upon you and said, hey, reclaim your life.
Yeah.
Right? Go forward.
This is the time.
Right? This is the time. This is the right time now.
Mm-hmm.
And so you reached out out of the blue from on Facebook?
Yes.
And say, "Dear Mr. Ferguson."
Yes. I told him who I
get
was.
A song.
Pat Rose's daughter, and I needed help. And he said, I'm not there, but he gave me Sammy Star's name.
It's good to be Pat Rose's daughter, right? That people pay you attention. Because if any random person inbox me talk, but they need help with this song, I can say, man, stop talking foolishness, man. Yeah. But the idea you're a Pat Rose's daughter means that you came from a legacy. You came from people.
Yes.
Right? And that you said that you have a song. Move Fred Ferguson to say, I need to pay attention, let you now.
Yes.
And that person was Sammy Star.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me what happened there? After that email,
Facebook.
That Facebook inbox.
Mm-hmm.
He tell you to go to Sammy Star. Did he give you a phone number? Did he say he just give you a link to Sammy Star?
Yes.
How
Yes.
the introduction go?
I had heard of Sammy Star, but I'm sort of divested from the entertainment world at this time. In the beginning, in my younger days, yes, but not now. And so I knew who he was. And I thought, well, I'll just tell him the same thing I told Fred. I'm Pat Rose's daughter and I need help.
And that worked. That opened the door.
And Fred Ferguson said, I must come to you, which did work.
Yeah.
He was impressed that Fred had sent me to him. And so He said yes, he would do it. I sent
No,
him.
you fast forward my story. You can't. I'm a storyteller. I go slow.
Okay.
So you inbox him, you tell him who you are, and he said yes.
Yes.
Did you have a phone call after that, or he said, "Just tell me what you have. What is it that you have? How did that go?"
Well, I told him I had this song from decades ago, and what I really wanted was for him to. I had the beat, but I wanted a more Bahamian beat, Junkanoo beat. I wanted to know how it would sound with a Junkanoo beat.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought he would be able to help. But after a couple of weeks, he hadn't come up with any inspiration, and so I gave him my beat. And then the next day, early that morning, he sent me the song with my beat.
Quick, just like that.
And I said, well, this my beat. He said, yeah, your beat sounded better than my beat.
Look at that.
He said, no, this is good. I said, well, okay.
Wow. Now you have a song that is in demand.
Yes.
Now you have a song that people said, I need to hear. Who sings it? Who wrote this?
Yes.
And off a beat
Yes.
from when you were younger.
Yes.
Off a beat from when you taught your children. Say, hum it like this.
Yes,
In
yes.
case I forget.
Yes.
Off a beat that was like decades old.
Mm-hmm.
But it came back.
Mm-hmm.
It came back and it came alive.
Came with a vengeance because I thought God is behind me doing this, and that was one of my dreams.
That's a beautiful story, you know. That's not ordinary.
No.
That doesn't happen to regular people to get a whole song produced. So I want to still have a conversation about your interaction with Sammy Starr, right? You WhatsApping him or inboxing him back and forth. Did you send the words to him? How did you get? How did he get the music?
I sent him the words, and after a couple of weeks and nothing, then on the phone, I hummed him what I had, and then I voice noted to him.
You know, Miss Knowles has a hummer. What did you hum? I mean, I know we are live.
I told him I can't sing.
I not you sing.
So I hummed it to him.
No, I'm going to hum. Just a little part of the hum so I can understand what was it that he heard that inspired him to say, okay, I got it. And he heard that. And he was able to manipulate
He was very
that.
good.
No, Sammy Starr is one of the best.
Yeah.
He's a producer. He can hear tunes and say, this is what it is.
I was pretty impressed.
So he heard you humming. Saying, this is what I initially thought. This is how I initially heard it in my mind. So when I sing it to my kids, right, this is the beat that I hear. And Sammy Starr listened and said, I got it.
Yes.
And he went inside his studio.
Yeah.
I don't want to advertise for Sammy Starr, but he went inside his studio and turned your humming into what we have now.
An impressive time too. I was shocked.
How long did it take to turn over from after you hum?
Like a day. As a matter of fact, when I woke up, it was in my inbox.
Just like that?
And I said, what, already? And I listened to it. I said, this sound good.
This is what you've been hearing in your back in your head for these decades, and now it came into fruition to be a real thing. To a point where now it's a song where people are demanding to hear.
I played it over and over and over and send it to everybody I knew.
Yeah. And now other jazz artists is playing and covering your song, and Sammy Starr has a hit now because he sings the song.
He does. He does.
Wow. I'm envious because I write. Nobody sings my songs. You know, nobody reads my poetry. But I mean, to have you get to this level is impressive. It's something to be proud of. It's something to be heralded. And I want to salute you.
Thank you.
I want to salute you. And if Sammy Starr is listening there, thank you for bringing this to fruition. Because this song is grand. I mean, you're having a lot of accolades already for it. And I'm impressed. I'm impressed. But you do more.
I have a few lyrics, yes.
Are you working with Sammy Star with those? What are you doing with those?
Well, first I was sort of stayed on this discreet level because I thought it would move more than it has so far, right? But I have other songs, but I would have to get them demoed, like this first one. And that's a little money. And then there are other things I was also interested in bringing forward too, like my writing. I write short stories.
I'm going to talk about that any minute now.
I wanted to put them all together in one book. Call it, because they're mostly Bahamian stories based on the island of Eleuthera.
Oh, you're from Eleuthera?
My mom is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so. And I write plays. I did growing up for my church.
You're a true creative. You're a creative. That's what you do.
Yes.
You live and breathe
yes.
The arts.
Yes. So that's part of what I want to bring up at sometime soon, because I'm past 30,
You're past 30.
And even though I've been told that I can't sing, right? Sometimes when I sing to myself, it sounds good. So hopefully maybe I'll sing something myself too.
I would be entertained to listen. Once upon a time, I thought I used to sing good until my wife told me stop. Right? And so I hum now. So when we do go to church, I hum all the songs. She says, so you could always be a good hummer.
Or rap.
Or rap. I don't have to have that voice to rap. But let's talk about your books. You've been writing all your life.
I've been writing all my life.
And as a true creative, you say you have a number of stories to tell. It's about island life. What inspired you? What encouraged you to write in terms of going to be published? Publication.
I'm just a writer. I've been writing forever. I'm a reader. And I think if you read a lot, you tend to want to tell your own stories. And so I have been. It's not stories based on me, but I would hear someone say something, and I would say, and then I would take that, what I heard, and expand it into a story.
And how many stories do you think you have by now?
Longer ones, about 10. I have a few skits. Like I said, I started off with skits in church. Yeah, about that. Because for a long time, unfortunately, I haven't been writing. Sometimes life has you sort of flat, and you can't rise up to be free to write.
Yes.
So it's been like that.
Life is be life in some time, and you have to be inspired. I don't know how writers are inspired and moved, have muses to write all the time. I write a lot, but it's not good enough to let other people read, right? And I have a whole short story book there thing, right? And I have a blog that people follow, right? And there are times where people say, "Oh, this is good. I need to get access to this." And say, "No, it might be good, but it's not good enough to share." And to know that you have quality work that you are about to share, about to be published, you have an entire anthology there to do, is something to commend too. But you do other things too. So you have books pending, right? That you're getting ready to publish, short stories about the island of Eleuthera and about life in general. Is it just about like a child? Is it theme oriented, your stories?
No.
Tell me more of it.
Well, like I said, it can be anything. It could be a conversation I overheard that I want to expand on. It could just be something I see. Gossip. Gossip is always interesting. I have a couple stories about gossip, on the island. Some terrible things could happen.
Humorous type stories?
Humorous.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing too hard, too deep, too sad. I don't know.
Do you have them any access to any place where I could go and peep and read, or I gotta wait until you say the book ready?
Yeah, it's hidden over there.
So I gotta wait and prod you until I get access.
Yes, yes.
Nothing wrong with that. But you still have a number of things that you are doing. And I want to go in more detail with it, right? But I want people to appreciate the song. And I'm cueing the producer so we can play it one more time. And at least I can be playing the song throughout because the song is that good, right? Sammy Star.
Yeah.
But I want to do some more interrogation of it, right? But you do more things than just write. And you do more things just in terms of singing music. And I can go into detail about that because you were what people would call a true creative. And you live and breathe in this orange economy and look at seeking opportunities, right? I'm not even going to mention how much you had to pay Sammy Star to get this song produced. And mind you, it's high quality, so it's worth it.
Yes,
it's
I
worth
agree.
it. And just
Sammy
not,
is worth it.
yeah, Sammy's definitely worth it. But producer, let's go out with that song and take a commercial break and come back with it again, and we'll continue our conversation with Patricia Roll Knowles, who just this is her first demo, right? Published demo
Yes,
thing.
yes.
Oh, this is nice. Let me listen to it again.
You don't want my love, don't want my love, don't want my love. Discreet loving is not for me. Discreet lover, please look at me. Said to be discreet to all I mean. That's why I'm so blue. There's no bushel big enough to hide my love, to hide my love.
Attention Bahamas. Embark on an inspiring voyage with 2 new books by Hubert Ingram, Our Remarkable 3-Time PM. Learn of his exceptional leadership in steering the nation through local and international storms. These books are a treasure for all Bahamians. Are you into history or seeking inspiration? Then this is a must-read. Available at Dungalik, Logos, the National Art Gallery, and Chapter 1. Get your copies today. Be inspired by a legacy of wisdom and vision.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
You try to rest, roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, read it up too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it, just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
See, you said not to let my feelings show. Keep a secret, just you and me. That's why I'm so blue. The tears keep falling, my heart is breaking. Why, oh, why am I so blue?
As I listen to the song, I'm picturing your father, Pat Roll, singing because the voice sounds similar to his. I mean, he'd have a more baritone type voice, right? I'm trying. Nat King Cole, I would liken your father, how he sings,
Yes.
that deep voice.
Yes.
It would have been beautiful to hear him sing this song
Yes.
in his tune, right? You know. How is your father, by the way?
My father's very well.
Good.
Thank you.
That is good. The song is called Street Love.
Discreet.
Discreet Love.
Discreet.
How did you come up with the title? That's no problem. Go ahead.
The song really is about someone wanting, I suppose the guy wanting the girl to love him, but discreetly, so it's not on the up and up. So he could perhaps have other lovers, you know?
Like, I think they call that stealing love on the side.
Yes.
Okay.
And so the name just came naturally because that's what He wanted a discreet love.
So the song tells a story.
It tells a story.
And earlier you mentioned that you tell Bahamian stories. Is this a Bahamian, this discreet love, a Bahamian story being told?
My thing is a national story because it happens all over, right? Especially these days with men and women wanting to have more than one lover. And so you have to keep somebody low.
On the down low.
So you can have somebody out visible. So the girl, woman, the next partner in the story say no. Say their love is much too big to be hidden, and so they're not going to do it. I think that's what most people should do. They should say, no, we're not going that route because I'm much too big for that. And you can't have me and just me. Nothing happening for you.
Women need to know how to share, man. Let's just know how to share.
No.
And then we can have more songs be written and have a discreet love and have songs being published, right? But you are also an artist.
Yes. Surprisingly, too.
Let's hear about your artwork. What is it that you do as an artist?
I started off with an interest in costume jewelry, with beads and so on. I took a lesson to learn how to do it properly, and I graduated from the beads into this is work. Straw work, because my husband's aunt does straw work for a living. And I spent some time with her during summer, and I watched her work her bags, and I got interested. And so I came back home, and I got some straw, and I did it myself. And because it doesn't really make sense just to do it for no reason, I asked my boss at the time if I could place it in the store where I worked. But it's yours, And he said yes. So that gave me the impetus to do more. And so I graduated from the straw bags into straw mats. Bigger size straw mats than the regular size straw mats. And this was during the pandemic when you had to be home anyway. And I would use beads and raffia and make a story on the straw mat. Started off local scenes, like palm trees and the sea and so on, flowers. And then I graduated into famous works of artists, like Starry Night by Van Gogh, which, that took months because it was a huge one. It was like 25 by 25. Mm-hmm. And when I give it away, but I sold it eventually at one of those sales I sometimes did at Life at Key when they have their little souvenir sales for the members and their guests.
And I know you work at Life at Key, right? You
Yes.
deal with high-end clientele,
Yes.
right? And you are now able to have your work gain access to this clientele. Is your work well received? Say, well,
Yes.
I want to know.
Everybody loves it. But unfortunately, loves doesn't always mean I'm going to buy it.
I know about that.
But there's one person, a Life of Key member, who discovered Amos Ferguson.
Okay.
And I'm hoping, sir, that you find my work and you discover me too.
These things is happening. You just need one person to find it at the right time, and then you don't talk to me no more. And I can say, can I get one of these free? I need to get one of those free mats now, right? Buy it cheaply before you were discovered, and then I can't afford any of your work. I see we have a caller there, producer. Let's see who that is. We're talking to Miss Patricia Roll Knowles, who's the daughter of the famous musician Pat Roll, right? And she has a demo tape today, Discreet Love, that we are playing. And she's a creative, and we're exploring what all she does in terms of the arts into the Bahamas and her journey. But let's speak to this caller right now. Go ahead, caller.
Good day, Nuri. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm good. Day to the love.
Thank you.
Okay, listen. I just called to say I was always a fan of your father, Pat Roll.
Thank you.
Always was. I think even when I used to do some DJing at the Zanzibar. Even most recently, he had a little gig at the Zanzibar on Blue Hill Road there with Big Mike. right?
Yes.
But I hope you don't mind, or Mr. Roll don't mind, that I changed this name a long time ago to Pat King Road.
Pat King Road.
Pat King Road, like Nat
Yes,
King
yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Well, I changed your father's name to Pat King Road. Thanks for taking my call.
Oh, thank you. That's a GNN right there. Pat is not a normal or regular Bahamian. He's big time.
Yes.
Right? And we need to give him his flowers now while he's alive, right? Because he has revolutionized entertainment, particularly in the hotels.
Yes.
All of the big hotels of yesteryears had Pat
Yes.
singing.
Yes.
Having that silky, soothing voice singing. And now his daughter is continuing that legacy. Maybe not singing, right?
No.
But just definitely writing music at a particular level where there's some international acclaim. But you have some international people singing your song now as a cover.
Countess Pepper, yes.
Say the name again?
Countess Pepper.
Okay. I need to Google. Let me Google Countess Pepper while you speak. And what is she doing with your songs right now?
Well, she got it a while back, and she has been practicing it with her band. And we had a big plan, It's just not come to. But it will.
Countess Pepper. You see
Countess
it?
Pepper.
Whilst I hear, I might as well just Google it and see what comes up. So I'm expecting big things from Countess Pepper.
Yes.
Oh, there she is. Regarding that. Looks European. Nice. Okay, good. And so hoping to hear that. But let's go back to your artwork.
Yes.
Right? What is your goal with your artwork? You're saying that you're doing a number of straw work. Do you do any painting or anything like that?
Well, I tend to go from thing to thing. As I go into one thing, I see something that I can expand what I'm doing already with the new thing. And I say, how can I incorporate that in what I'm doing? So what I'm doing tends to get bigger and larger and more filled with more than one thing. So if I started off with beads and raffia, then I start with a paint, and then I come with the raffia and the beads, and then I use other things that I see that interest me. I try to incorporate it in whatever I'm doing at the time.
So where can I find your
bigger.
work? Where can I find your work? To say, I'm coming to search
online.
for
it. It's on all of my work. You can find a copy of it there. So, TikTok, I think it's Patricia Knowles Art. Pat Knowles Art. Shot and Pat Knowles Art. And you would find most of what I've done there now.
Nice.
Also on there would be my dad singing a couple songs.
Really?
Yeah.
But you didn't say that. You're just going to keep that secret.
I just thought of it.
Yeah, okay. So I know a number of Bahamians, especially people of a certain age, anyone over 40, right, who worked in the hotel will be familiar with Pat Rowe's music. Yeah. And I was asking you earlier, can I find Pat Rowe music on YouTube? And you said, no, it's not there at this present time.
Well, I was thinking about him. But yeah, on my page, I got him a couple times. He came to Lifeit to visit me, and I had him out by the beach, sitting there and relaxed in a bench, and he sang a couple songs for me.
And you recorded it, and now it's available for the Bahamians.
Yeah.
Because, at a certain age, a number of our history tends to just disappear. Mm-hmm. And I was concerned, so boy, you won't have them on YouTube as yet. I get concerned, but you have them recorded.
Yes.
You have them recorded. I can go there now and pay tribute to a Pat Rowe and enjoy his music. Mm-hmm. Good. I can play your music again because I want people to hear it again and again, right? So they can appreciate the song.
Movie
right?
producers, listen.
Yes, all of that, right? And I can picture this inside a movie.
I know, me too.
Right? I can picture that inside a movie. And especially with KB, with his new, I'm still trying to get KB for an interview, right? Because he was talking about this new law that passed and making sure that artists are paid for their song each and every time it's being sung, right? But My producer going. The producer just step up. So I just saw him just now. I go to the come back to play that music once again, right? But what's next for you? What is next for you?
Well, up to date, I haven't done much of those dreams in bringing them forward. So I suppose I must somehow combine them, because that would be the best thing, because they're all sort of similar, all in the arts. Combine them somehow and push them forward. But I think I haven't actually moved forward because I need help. And I'm waiting to see what God does, because I think I've made my step. So I need him to make his step.
I understand that, and you move through faith. But was the journey difficult from having the song in your head? I know it took a while, right? And then finally a spirit tell you, hey, time to produce.
Yeah.
But in terms of, I made up my mind that I'm going to do this.
It wasn't hard.
It wasn't hard?
No.
There are a number of Bahamians who are into the arts, right? Into music. Mm-hmm. And they seem to be stuck in terms of, I don't know how to get my songs out there. I don't know how to produce my songs, right? I sing in the choir. I am a part of a band, but I create a demo tape. And I want to know that narrative or recommendation. What would you recommend to them to do?
If the person has the music, the words in their head, if they'll put it on paper, if they know enough music to have the notes, have it all written down. Sammy Starr is a guy to go to.
And easy as that?
Yeah.
And you said that he could produce a song from a hum?
From a hum.
And that's all you did was hum the notes to him.
Because I didn't want to sing. I was ashamed.
And he created an entire song. I mean, he duplicated the humming.
He did. And the exact thing, because I said, well, he was really good. He got it exact.
Because there is a section inside the song, Discreet Love.
Now, the do that was all him.
Oh, okay.
To do that, yeah. That really made it like cherry on the top. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah.
No, but see, Sammy's field music.
Yeah.
He's field music and breathe in and out.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he can feel and breathe in and out of the music. So I understand that he can hear a song. Fred Ferguson does the same thing too. Mm-hmm. Fred Ferguson does the same thing too. And that, that he now produces all the big events, cultural events now that we have.
Yes.
The government tends to bring him down to, you come back home. We have a big event that we need you to produce. And Sammy Starr just as good in terms of producing good work. So I'm excited. I'm excited. Is it just, I know you have kids.
I do.
Right? Are they creatives also?
They don't seem to be.
But so let's just go to your dad and you, and it seems like it's stopped.
What happens was, I didn't know I could do several of these things either. So I think it's for parents, when they have children from a young age, to expose them to different things so they can see whether it's in them, if they have an interest, to begin early. If you're not exposed to anything, well, you don't know what's inside because you don't have anything to pull it out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I went from looking at a lady doing straw work. I said, I like that. And I came home and I started it, and then I thought I could do more, better. And so I did. But I didn't know from the beginning that I could, or that I would like it so much. So now with the straw work, which I call straw hangings, I love it even more than doing the straw bags or the jewelry.
Nice.
I'm impassioned with doing this straw work.
But is there money in straw?
It could. Well, what I'm doing, the level at what I'm doing, not for the tourists that's on Bay Street. I would have to do something different. What I'm doing now, it's for high-end customers who realize, she spent a lot of time on that. And look at how it came out. Look at how real it is. For those people, yes. For tourists on Bay Street, I would totally do something different that doesn't take a lot of time and is not too expensive. Because the tourist isn't going to want to pay what I want for my work.
I guess that actually how much you price now for one bag and how much you price for a match. But you cater to a high-end
I do.
clientele. Throw me out the price just in case I'm able to afford one bag.
Well, I don't do bags anymore.
So you just do mats?
I just do wall hangings.
The wall hanging?
Wall hangings.
How big is this wall hanging?
They start from, I do commission work. So if you tell me a particular size, we could do that particular size. But normally I do 8 to 12, like a photo frame, 8 to 11, fit in the frame, and 16 to 20. And then I do the big ones, 25 by 25.
How much a 25 by 25 frame would cost? Something like that. Just on commission. Just I went throw one price there.
The Starry Night went for $800.
That's not bad. That's affordable. I mean, not for me, but I mean, it's affordable for a certain set of Bahamians who want a high-end product and say, hey, there's a Bahamian who produced this. That's affordable.
And it went low because my family was saying that should have been priced higher. But I didn't have the confidence because that was the first time at this sale at Lyford Key. And it was the biggest one. And so when the people came and showed interest, it had $1,000 on it. But I thought, when I said 800.
Yeah.
And I saw when I said 800, the wife looked at the husband and like,
smile. Take it.
Yes. So I said, shoot, next time.
You called it a name, a Starry Night?
Starry Night. It's a famous painting by Vincent van Gogh.
Vincent van Gogh?
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah.
So would you like duplicate it and do it in raffia? What is it exactly?
Well, it's my version of it because it can't be exactly the same with raffia and beads. So it's a Starry Night scene with a little town at the bottom and this huge tree sort of off center. And it looks... The Girl with a Pearl Earring, also by a famous painter, Dutch, I think, but that's a lot smaller. I think that's 8 by 11, and so it's not very big, much, even though the scene of it is...
complicated?
Yeah.
And you do all this by raffia, like by hand type
raffia
thing?
And beads, yeah.
I want to see that. Give me a clip where I can go and see at least past ones.
My TikTok, you can look on that.
Give me the TikTok name again.
It's also on that. Pat Knowles Art. And I've got most of my work pictured there. But my first work that I sold was to Dawn Davies. Now, I hadn't known who Dawn Davies was before I met her.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, she's a famous art collector. And so I was doubly impressed that she was interested to meet me to see my work.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And she got a couple of them. And that sort of inspired me to continue.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, you're doing all kind of things. My family always said you need to have 3, 4, 5 incomes. It seems as if you've adopted that too. Say, man, this is the main job. I'm a creative, so money got to come from this way, and money got to come from that way. I'm impressed. But we have a few more minutes before we go. And there are a number of persons who text me saying, where can they find you in terms of email address or phone number? So how can Bahamians contact you, or people from abroad, how can they contact you?
My email address is patricia54knowlesolive@hotmail.com. patricia54knowlesolive@hotmail.com.
Is there any phone contact?
My phone would be 436-3677.
And people call you and,
Yes.
and request to see this and
Yes.
come and purchase that.
Yes.
And perhaps, because there are a number of clubs, like I said, your song is in demand. A number of people are inquiring about it. And the sky's the limit now in terms of what to do and how to produce.
There's a bar, lounge off Bay Street called Howie's Place, or Howie's Club. I see it as I drive on Bay Street and I glance and I see Howie's. So I'm not sure if it's Howie's Club a Harvey's Place. But I have a song with Harvey's Place in it. And so usually when I pass and I said, I would think, I wonder if they would be interested in having their own song.
You need to go there and hum. You need to go there and hum. This has been On the Clock with Erin Greene. Of course, this is C.A. Nuri holding on for Erin Greene. We have Miss Patricia Roll Knowles, who's a creative, who's doing like 3, 4, 5, 6 different things in the creative arts. She has her song, her demo tape, which is Discreet Love, which is being played and sung by Sammy Starr. We're going to play that as we go out. And of course, she is an artisan, and she has the mats and this, what do you call the wall thing again?
Straw hangings.
The straw hangings, which is in demand. She's located in Life Key, just in case you want to go and get in contact with her. She gave her phone number. Give me phone number one more time.
436-3677.
Okay. I enjoyed this.
I'm on TikTok.
And on TikTok, give me TikTok.
And I have a YouTube page.
Give me those.
The YouTube is under Patsy Knowles, and the TikTok page is Pat Knowles Art.
Good. So we'll leave out right now with songs by Sammy Starr singing Patricia Roll Knowles' On the Clock with Erin Greene.
Sky is sunny blue, earth is golden hue. I hear children playing, screams of laughter, people's chatter too. Oh, why am I so blue? Do, dun, 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 dun. The tears keep falling, my heart is breaking. Why, oh, why am I so blue? Do, 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 do. Bam, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. You don't want my love, don't want my love. Tears-free loving is not for me.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, National Talk.